Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you're all doing well. Maxi update video. Todibo, Koopmeiners, Federico Chiesa, Nico Gonzalez and much more in today's video that you will love. And I'm obliged to do a fantastic video. Opinion and update, because this morning I didn't record. And I know, I'm sorry, because a lot of you in DM on Instagram, on Twitter, Beppe, where is the video? Beppe, why no video? Beppe, rush! Things are happening. Juntoli is cooking and you are not on YouTube. I'm really sorry for that. The real reason I'm not afraid to tell you, it's my wife. My wife, she said, you know what? You will clean the house. Because you promised already. And every time you postpone. This morning I was busy cleaning the house. I'm sorry for that, but now the video is there. So maximum of like. Don't forget to subscribe. More you like the video, more my wife, she will see that you love the channel and she will tell Beppe, stop. You don't clean the house. Make some videos. It depends on you because now we start. We start where? We're Juntoli. It's Juntoli that gave that kickoff and we already knew it because yesterday when I was live translating the press conference of Douglas Luiz, at the end, when he was showing his shirt, he was alone. The most expensive player of this campaign at the moment, because we will come back on the most expensive one, is Douglas Luiz. And no Cristiano Giuntoli, no Giuseppe Pompilio, nobody. He was alone. Looks like the morning when they said there is Dougie that will present himself. Can you come, Cristiano, to present him, to be next to him for the handshake? And they received that answer, that automatic bot answer. Oh, out of office. He's busy with Mercato. I'm dealing with some names. Now we need to accelerate because in 10 days, 11 days, we are playing against Como. So we need to be fast. What happened in the meanwhile? I tell you really fast and then we go to the big arguments. Savona extension until 2029. Not only extension, but also the promise, and also it's written black on white, first team player. I am extremely happy for Nicolo Savona. Fantastic person. Since I met him and I did a live together with him, career change of the guy. It looks like, I talked to him and I opened him the door of the glory. I'm super happy for Nicolo. Now, jokes aside, fantastic player. He will play as a right back. We need some players there on the right back. Then you will tell me, Beppe, we are a bit weak with the fullbacks. Will Juventus go with new players? No. But at a certain moment, it's also important to continue to produce these fantastic jewels, to see them and to promote them from the next gen. Otherwise, the next gen makes no sense at all. So I'm super happy for that. Also because it's a guy that is there since the beginning, since the youth, but really the youth. And so congratulations to Nicolo Savona. Marlaque is gone, definitely, permanently to the team in Switzerland where he was playing last year on loan. No money for Juve, but a percentage on the resale. So, Ake, thank you for what you did at Juve. Good luck for him. There are voices, rumors, the next one after Savona to extend possibly and also to be promoted to first team, Jonas Rui. And I'm super happy for him as well. Great guy that doesn't play on the right but on the left. So that means that Juventus with Cambiaso and with Danilo as first choices, well, the second choices will be made by next-gen players, young players with physicality, with drive, with passion. They really want to go for it. So I'm extremely happy for Jonas as well. And then you have Rugani, more and more going to Ajax. There were the first rumors that were saying that probably a part of the salary would have been paid by Juve. No. The later rumor are saying he goes on maybe a free loan or maybe a bit of money to Ajax. But it's Ajax that is taking everything under control there. So Rugani as well will be one that will gone. And why am I speaking about Rugani? Because Rugani is not yet gone for a simple reason. Because first we need also to have the certainty that we have his replacement. Because without Todibo, well, Rugani could have been reintegrated in that team. Now that Todibo is closer and closer, guys, we are there. And in the meanwhile, we also had that press conference of Cabal. I don't want to go too long because we have much more important things to tackle. The most important thing that I saw, he said, when they called me, I didn't sleep and I cried. And even sometimes now I'm still crying because I'm so happy. I can't believe when I entering this locker room, wow, these players, these infrastructure, I was super happy. People in Colombia, they're calling him, Cabal, Juan David, give me the shirt, send me the shirt, he said. Then he spoke about Cuadrado. I really love that one because when he spoke with Cuadrado, speaking about Juve, he said there is no team like Juventus. We are speaking about the player that just come from Inter. The love to Juve. I know that Cuadrado is not anymore a fan favorite, but anyway, the heart, you can't lie. He could have said, go to Inter, because we know that Cabal, there were Inter on him. He didn't say go to Inter, he said go to Juve. There is no team like Juve. He knows when you are feeling the Inter thing, you know. Look at Papa Thuram, Lilian Thuram. He knew the infrastructures, the training center from Inter, La Pinetina, because his son, Marcus, is there. When he came to Juve, he watched. C'est trop. C'est même trop. It's too much. It's crazy. Wow. There are levels in life. There are levels in life. Anyway, in the meanwhile, they were even able to renew my contract because big announcement. Probably you saw it in the community notes or on Telegram, Instagram, on Twitter. If you didn't yet, please follow me on all the social networks. I continue with Juve also here with Juventus until 2025. I'm extremely happy. It will be different than the last seasons, what I did. So watch-alongs or the lives every single week. It will be different. New challenges, more exciting challenges. But I will give you more details about that. But I wanted to say thank you, not to Juve this time. Of course, I already said thank you to you for the renewed trust, but especially to you, because it's thanks to you that these kind of things are able to happen. So thank you. And if you didn't yet, please continue to subscribe, make that channel bigger, because more the channel becomes bigger, more the other ones, they are seeing, mamma mia, the channel is working. What a fantastic thing. Let's organize something with that channel. Let's partner that channel to make crazy things for these people that are watching. That was said. Now we start with the real core of the video, Todibo. Todibo, it's close. Could even arrive this week. If not this week, it's next week. What was missing? The details. I already told you, Nice, they were doing really difficult about the details about, okay, a loan that you pay, we agree. 35 million euro, we agree in total. We agree on everything. But we don't agree that it becomes an obligation to buy if you qualify to Champions League and if he plays between 65 and 70% of the available games. That's too much. That's too much. We don't want to take the risk that next year he's there because he played bad, because he was injured. Juventus, they had some difficulty, so they go for, okay, we can reduce it 40-45% of the apps. If he reach them, then we go with an obligation to buy. But on top of that, instead of paying the agreed sum for the loan, that was quite expensive, as some were even speaking about 10 million euro, we want to go a bit lower. Lower for the loan, but you have more guarantee that you go for the player. And looks like at Nice they are starting now to be convinced. So we found a deal. We just need now one thing, the announcement from Nice, from Juventus, from Todibo, and the player traveling with a here we fly. But Todibo is the new defender of Juve. Then, oh, ragazzi, until the player is not showing his shirt with the number in the back, everything can happen. Huh? Second topic, Koopmeiners, Teun. Let's Koopmeiners. Let's Koopmeiners, my friends. Look, crazy. When a lot of Juventini, the last time that we were doing a live, they lost totally hope. They were in depression. They were already, you know, with how it goes. Giuntoli from Giuntoli is cooking to Giuntoli out. Thiago Motta, disaster. The grandfather of Thiago Motta. That, you know how it is. Because there were some rumors of Atalanta doesn't want to let him go, which was not really correctly translated, which translated here. I told you, no, I don't promise you that he will come. That's not what I'm telling you, but I'm telling you that nowhere is written that Atalanta, they will not let him go. Looks like there is no intention of Atalanta to let him go. That was written. Well, pay attention, because a lot of things happened since then. Koopmeiners, that has always been a professional, played immediately after his injury, was training really hard, was giving his availability because he had a promise. If a big club come with money, you let me go. A promise that he received already last year. And he repeated on all the papers in March 2024. So we are already speaking about a lot of time. Publicly saying to a journalist, I have the promise of Atalanta that they let me go. The problem is that waiting, with Atalanta always forcing Juve to, no, 60, not even going towards Juve. Well, Koopmeiners at a certain moment, he got a bit annoyed, a bit angry, and we saw it, huh? You remember that game that they played against Parma, they lost 4-1, where he was on the bench? There are some viral videos that are going where Koopmeiners is there on the bench. You see he doesn't want to play for Atalanta anymore. It is over. They lost 4-1 with Gasperini, didn't appreciate. Well, Koopmeiners, since that moment, he played 10 minutes, but since that moment, he doesn't want to train with the team anymore. Hey, Gasperini, pissed off, huh? Pissed off. Remember when we said here on the channel at a certain moment, Atalanta, after everything that we did, could be nice if we have a bit of an acceleration there, a bit of flexibility from Atalanta. Well, looks like Turn is provoking, is now a bit asking, things need to happen because it's already the 6th, it's already the 7th of August. I don't care about Supercoppa to play against Real Madrid. The Supercoppa against Real Madrid, I prefer honestly to play the Super Friendly against Atletico Madrid with Juve. My cycle is over, Atalanta. They didn't appreciate it. We saw it since yesterday night and also this morning in Il L'Eco di Bergamo, a paper from Atalanta, Bergamo. They were reporting the words of Gasperini that was saying, admitting Turn wants Juve. This is what he said, black on white. Turn Koopmeiners wants Juve. He is out of the team. Now, there were some words. Atalanta, they feel a bit blackmailed. Looks like everyone knew. Everyone knew that Koopmeiners already had a deal with Juve, that they wanted to go to Juve. Everyone knew except of Atalanta. Looks like when they feel blackmailed. Oh, ragazzi, you had to let him go earlier instead of waiting. It's not us, Scamacca injured, Scalvini injured, it's not my problem. If you made a promise to the player at a certain moment, you have to let him go. You can't wake up now and saying he wants only Juve. The player was kind enough to show professionalism. At a certain moment, basta. Then you will tell me, Beppe, but it's not really correct, because I see what the anti-Juve world are writing, especially the Inter fans. But they found an agreement with the player. You can't, it's impossible, you can't do that. That's not allowed. They forget that because they have a really short memory that a few months ago, they went exactly the same with Pavard. Pavard, Bayern Munich. It's written on the papers. Tomorrow maybe I will show you the papers, not today, where it's written Pavard is in collision with Bayern. He doesn't want to train there because he's only waiting for Inter. And there they don't speak. There it's okay. There it's fine. Pavard, Benjamin. But when it's Stone Koopmeiners, then it's Juve, again it's Juve bad. The words of Gasperini, if we are totally honest, is it blaming Juve, which some people will say, or is it maybe blaming Atalanta? Because some people, they only see things from one side. I love to look at things from two sides. Because when he's saying in that article as well, they promised me that this season, with new reinforcement, we would have been stronger than last season. I told you already this year. Atalanta, I think I made that quote in the Mercato judgment, the rating of the Mercato. I told you, Atalanta, they don't speak. They are dreaming silently about competing for the Scudetto because they believe now that they can win. Well, Gasperini, instead of going to Napoli, he stayed at Atalanta because he received these promises. And now he's saying, instead of being reinforced, looks like we are weaker without Scalvini, without Scamacca, without Koopmeiners. Hey, it's not my fault. I think more than a message to blaming Juve bad or Koopmeiners, it's more a message to Atalanta, to Percassi, to say, speed up, to make me a competitive team, because that's why I stay there. Because Atalanta is not anymore a small, medium team. It becomes a big team thanks to consistency to the years. Now, in the meanwhile, they signed a few players. They signed Pubil, apparently, right back, 20 million euro. Retegui, that did the medicals this morning, 22 plus 3, so we are there at 45 million euro. By the way, about Retegui. A few weeks ago, there were these talks about Retegui possibly to Juve. Do you remember? Go back to the videos. How much did I say? They wanted Genoa for Retegui to Juve? 40 cucuzze. That's for the Sicilian people here. 40 million euro. Then here, boom, boom, in one day, 22 plus 3. Now, we are totally crazy. It's the same for Fratesi, the same for whatever player. This is why I would love that we stop dealing with Italian clubs at a certain moment. Because it's always the same story, and nobody's speaking about, we want Italian players, we want this, we want that. You go, 40 million. It's always 40. It's always 40 million for Juve. And then you see a few weeks later, boom. If Genoa they wanted, they knew that Atalanta, they were obliged to go for a striker. They were in a need, in a rush, especially because on the 14th they play against Real Madrid. Increase the request. There you could have possibly even asked 45 to start with. Going lower at a certain moment. And no, but at Juve it's 40 and we don't discuss. Strange, huh? Now, Consequences? What can be the consequences? Nico Gonzalez. Because Genoa, they wanted to sell Nico Gonzalez. Sorry. Fiorentina wanted to sell Nico Gonzalez to replace him with Gudmundsson. Okay? Nico Gonzalez to Atalanta or Nico Gonzalez to Juve, whatever. Fiorentina wanted to sell him because the player wanted to leave. Genoa, they had the money to go for selling Gudmundsson, selling only one big player. The problem is that if now they already sold Retegui, selling Nico Gonzalez as well, it's a lot. It's a lot for a president that at the end of last season said, we want to continue to invest, we want to continue to become better, we want to compete, not for the Scudetto, but we want to be a strong team. We will not sell our big players, except maybe one in case of need. And now they're starting to dismantle the team at 10 days of the start of Serie A. That can be possibly a problem, but latest news, latest updates also from Romeo Agresti. Today there were some contacts between Juventus Fiorentina for Nico Gonzalez. Juventus is trying to find a way, trying to find something to go faster on the player. 30 million is the initial request, but Juventus really want to possibly also put Weston McKennie. Now it's also, of course, Fiorentina that needs to convince the player, which is not an easy deal. Huh? Look, Nico Gonzalez, 30 million. Inserting Weston McKennie or not, I don't know. 3.6 for the salary. I tell you, I like the player. But I'm not in love with the player. And for 30 million euro, I was hoping 30 million euro for a strong, really strong offensive winger. And Nico Gonzalez as a side player on top of that. Then if you tell me that Nico Gonzalez becomes the strong player, the A player on the offensive wing, I don't know. But maybe I don't understand football enough. I don't know. Maybe he will become the Fantastico. But I don't know. Galeno, Juventus is still on him according to Portuguese side. So from the Portuguese side, it could be the first one to go to Juve. 30 million, maybe inserting Jallo. So we are there, huh? But Galeno, Nico Gonzalez, Galeno, these are the names that we are going to. I think I said a lot. I need to speak about Chiesa. That's what I will do now. But first, Koopmeiners. Koopmeiners is that close to Juve. Koopmeiners is that close to Juve. Koopmeiners, that close to Juve, guys. Koopmeiners. Douglas Luiz, Kefren Turan. On top of that, because we see only the starters, Locatelli, Fagioli, Miretti, and that bonus of Adzic, that is the hybrid, midfield. It's years that on paper I didn't see a midfield like that. Then of course they will have to show us on the field. Federico Chiesa, yesterday he went on Instagram, posted that picture of him celebrating to a goal with due palline, bianco, nero, the white and black ball, Juve. What does that mean? Nobody knows. It's impossible. You can only go with own interpretation. But then a few hours later, a lot of sources reported that apparently Papa Enrico, the father of Federico, he asked for an urgent meeting with Juventus Football Club. What does it tell us? He knows. Apparently, according to the rumors, he knows that the son, together with Ramadani, the agent, they messed up. They messed up because he knows that Federico already lost a lot of his career with that injury, with not playing well then. And it's a problem now, because if he loses one more year of not playing, going in Tribuna, or even being reintegrated, being the last choice of Juve or whatever, can be a total disaster. So they need to find a way. He wants to try to find a way. Update from Juve side, no, he's out of the team. He's out of the team. Then, oh guys, miracles can happen in life. For the people who are still having faith, having fede, having hope. Miracles can happen, but I don't see it. Would I be happy? Guys, Federico is a fantastic player. Huh? Let's not lie about it. It's not 100% the ideal player for Thiago Motta. Will it work with Thiago Motta? I don't know 100%, but Federico is a good player. Huh? If he comes and he said, I know, I messed up. You offered me that contract extension. I know that you were in sustainability, but I wanted 8-9 million euro, because that's what they are saying. Huh? He wanted 8-9. Huh? He wanted to get close to the level of Dusan Vlahovic. And I refused that first bridge offer together with Ramadani, because I was convinced that I would prove myself here and at Euro to have huge more power to find a team that is able to offer me that plus a protagonist role, or that you were forced to give me that, he lost his bet. And if he says, look, I was wrong, give me 4, give me 3, Juventus could potentially think about it. You don't have to spend for 30 million, 35 million for a new one. You go with Nico Gonzalez Chiesa or Galeno Chiesa. I'm not saying no, but I don't believe it. I think it's over. Juventus has been extremely clear about that. So let's see. Let's see. I'm curious. Guys, that was the Maxi video with Maxi update. I hope you enjoyed that one. Tell me what was your favorite news. Update on Chiesa, where we don't know, but the door slightly open even if I don't believe it. Is it Koopmeiners? Is it Nico Gonzalez? Is it Galeno? Is it Todibo? Is it Savona? Is it Rui? Is it the contract extension of Beppe? Let me know. Grazie, forza. Juve.